What is going on, everybody? Welcome to some more Jack of all trades content. We're covering Division 2 again. I know I've been gone for a while. I'm just trying to get back into the game. I've been a little out of it and holidays and all that. We're going to try out new build I just threw together with a heroic mission. It's a little different than what I usually do, but I'm trying to go through the seasonal activities. So let's see what we can work with today. Alright, so this is what I've thrown together. The reason that I've got this going on is because the Motherly Love got an update and is looking pretty crazy with that 25% skill health. I've used it on some other builds. It's super strong now, and so I wanted to incorporate it into this build. And the Chameleon as well got a slight buff in terms of the prerequisites to proc its talents. So it's less body shots, it's only 20 leg shots. We should be having these buffs up very easily, and if we lose them, we can get them back. And the reason I'm testing this specifically on a heroic mission is because I have a priority objective for it, and that's what the season's all about, apparently, so I'm going to try to go through that. But also, heroic missions are, I think, the best use case for the Chameleon, because if you finish the stage fast enough, and get out of combat, you'll refresh your buffs. So you can actually keep them up pretty much the whole time as long as you're clearing it fast enough. And then just to baseline it, it's just strikers with the chest, memento on the backpack. We're going to see how this plays out. Alright, I'm matchmaking for this, but I'll just get it started right away anyway. I am playing with the global modifiers and stuff on. I just finished running Legendary with that, and it was quite fun. We're going to go for legs first. You see, we already got that reload buff, and it's crazy. The bonus armor really helps from the memento, that's why it's nice to run blues. We're killing them so fast, we're not even blocking the, we're not even getting our buffs. Now we got all of them. We're doing big damage. We're outside the range here of the Chameleon, but clearly it's still working. And you see there? There we go. We got all of the buffs back up because we finished the stage fast enough. And so that's sort of the vibe that we're going to go for, is speed here. And that's why heroic missions are the best environments for the Chameleon. I mean, it'll still work in other contexts for sure. I'm going to be experimenting with a legendary version.
Go dark. Wait for the signal, then corner and kill.
And that's why I was really excited about the changes they made, because before with the Chameleon, it was like, it would be honestly pretty shit if you didn't have the buffs up and it took like a few mags to get your talent. But now the barrier of entry is a lot lower. So even if you don't need to stress, even if you do lose out on your talent, you can just get it back up pretty quickly. We were just destroying them. That snappy reload is so satisfying. Boom. Pretty damn quick, pretty damn effective. I think it's working pretty well so far. Now, survivability was the other thing we're trying to balance here, and it's interesting because we're getting that bonus armor. We have blues as a baseline. When the memento stacks up, we're going to be having the armor regen, and I'm running gunner, so we get 10% armor on kill. And then we have a very strong first line of defense with that shield. I think it's a tier 6 shield that I have. And the skill health from the Motherly Love. Of course, we have that for the buffs to the shield. But I'm not even pulling my shield out with how fast we're clearing this. So, yeah, I don't even know if we need that much. I think we might have over-indexed. It could come into play, when we're fighting a boss or something like that, or maybe some tough stages. But so far, yeah, I haven't even needed the shield. And that's why it's important to not just theory craft, but to test your builds out. Because on paper, this is really, really strong, and it makes sense. But, at least from what I'm seeing so far, it might actually be too strong. You would think that's not a problem. But when you're trying to optimize your builds, that's what the min-maxing is all about. All that, where we spec'd into tankiness, we could maybe spec more into damage, or some utility, you know, maybe we want better handling or something like that. But that got a little close. See, that was a longer stage, and we lost all our buffs now. And we're gonna see how fast we can get them back up. The 20 leg shots for the reload speed, that's honestly really great. You get that up really quick. And that's always the first buff I go for, because then you can stay shooting more. And then boom, we already have it. We're getting snappy reloads. Then we work on our body shots to get that damage. And then we finish off with crit for the extra damage buffs.
Deploying turret.
Now I am playing with fog on, so... And those count as headshots, which is really nice. So we're able to get all of them right there. Where'd they go? I think we might have just lost the leg buff, yeah. That's still a pretty damn fast reload considering we don't have the buff. That's really good, actually. And so we are getting some extra handling from strikers that we're running. This is honestly feeling really solid. I definitely think this has some potential for some legendary content. And so maybe that's how I'm just so used to making builds for legendary that what we have going on here, like this. I was thinking, like, you know, we're wasting the repair skills that we're not using it, but the skill health will be worth it. But with how fast we're clearing the content, I don't think we need it. At least for heroic. This is where it could come into play and be worth the trade-off for legendary. I'll have to test it on a mission later.
Go! Get out of here!
And the other thing too, I think I might have accidentally swapped weapons there. You don't want to swap off your chameleon, because then if you do have the buff refreshed when you're outside of combat, you will lose it.
Did you hear that noise?
Let's get the legs first. Get that reload speed. Now we're super snappy. Now, even from this range, we're doing okay. So normally what the chameleon struggles with as well is distance. It's basically an SMG, even though it's an AR. Typically has quite poor handling, but we have a little bit of extra handling from strikers, and with the global modifiers, right, we're doing more damage from distance, and the way that's scaling, it actually makes it pretty effective from distance. Normally when I'm running the chameleon, I like running, gunning, getting up close. Barrel stuffing him to get those stacks. So even with the hostile modifiers, we're still just powering right through. Crazy amounts of damage. And see, that's the other thing, right? I've talked a lot about how I don't recommend running Striker Chest, especially on Heroic. Like, I would run it on some Legendary level builds, but we're doing so much damage and killing them so fast that, like, we're not even getting our chest stacks. And like I was saying before, with swapping back and forth with the chameleon, you want to just keep it out all the time. So you're using it all the time. You're never going to swap back and forth So the whole like swapping to an ACS 12 to get your stacks and then swapping back is not really ideal.
Get to the roof. You gotta stop him from taking out the mast.
It's gonna mess with your talent too much. But this is working really well. I'm quite happy with it so far. And I think it can be even stronger once we tweak it for like, you know, if we commit to like, okay, this is going to be a legendary build or this is going to be an heroic build, we can modify it accordingly because this is definitely quite strong. But we're going to see what happens here with the EMP jammers. Because that means no shield.
Structural integrity at 75%.
Agent, you've got to stop Wade. We need that radio mast.
System back online. System malfunctioning. System reactivated.
See if we can get enough survivability from...
System curtailed.
Let's go get that last one. Couple of buffs. Getting the last EMP.
Electromagnetic
We
charge
should be
depleted.
chilling now. I definitely like the changes they did to the whole hostile modifiers because I actually stopped playing before because they were really annoying. I'm screwed. Oh, no, we're actually doing okay. So maybe, you know, that's a case where the shield actually does help. Now this guy's screwed. So fast. That's crazy. Like, that's just crazy. Who's even left? You're hiding behind there. Sweet. This worked pretty damn well. Yeah.
Once we get the radio mast repaired and operational, we can extend the reach of our own broadcast.
And I've been rusty too. I haven't played it in quite a while. So check it out. This build was super powerful, super fun, and I think we might even tweak it a little bit more and make it even better. I hope you guys enjoyed that quick little gameplay. I'll see you in the next one when maybe I give us an update.